folks, welcome to Whiskey Whistle. I'm the host of the show, Mark, and you're watching Whiskey Review number 216. Another KAVALAN from my great KAVALAN whiskey box here, and that's going to be the Fino Sherry cask here. Fino Sherry Oak as it's known. This is 54% and it's analogous to the Fino Solist. So let's get that opened and poured. Now, Fino is a type of sherry. It's a sherry that's made from the Palomino grape. And it goes through a fairly long Solera type of maturation. I think that should be good. I think that's a pretty hefty pour actually. And it's actually a white grape, so that's interesting. And it's known for being very dry. So let's see if that translates into dryness for this particular whiskey. Put that back there. Now we're going to talk about the color. We will look at the legs also. We'll get into the nosing, the tasting, and the finish. And then we'll give it a Whiskey Whistle whiskey score before signing off here on the show today. Now, if it's your first time watching Whiskey Whistle, I hope you'll subscribe so you can click that link right over here, okay? And if you've tried the Fino Solist or the Fino Sherry Oak, why not leave a comment below? Tell me what you think of KAVALAN, of the Fino Oak, or anything else that you'd like to mention, okay? All right, let's have a look at the color. What do you see here? I'm seeing something very similar to the Sherry Oak. Maybe not quite as dark, but it's got a certain kind of a yellow ochre or an kind of a fall leaves type of a color to it. So that's really nice. Anyway, very nice color. Now let's have a look at the legs on this one. I'm going to roll it around. If you hear a beeping noise, that's just some construction nearby. Sorry about that. I just spilt some. Okay. So what do we get here for legs? We get, again, a very slow drop down of the first legs. And the secondary drizzle is just beginning here. Very interesting. Can you see that? All right, well, enough about the legs. Let's get into the nosing, and before that we'll have a short word from the YouTube sponsors right here. Welcome back, KAVALAN Fino Sherry Oak. Let's check out the nose on this one. I've never smelled this before. This is entirely unscripted. Now, if I ever do have a script, it's just of my own tasting notes. I want to make sure that I tell you everything that I want to share with you. So, the nose. I can certainly discern that this is KAVALAN. I can smell the sherry influence. I can smell something very sweet. I can also smell something very dry, very potent. And I think this is going to need some time in the glass. So we'll let that sit for just a minute. Very potent nose. Now the sweetness is starting to come through here, so that's great. As is the fruitiness. Either my nose is getting used to it, or the oxidization is beginning to improve the smells of this. Something definite of a white wine type of a scent noticed here. A little bit of nutmeg, more than cinnamon. A little bit of ginger also, but more like a chocolate ginger candy. All right, let's check out the palate now. Cheers, everybody. It's very dry. It's very peppery. It really took me aback here. My eyes watered a little bit. This seems to be a little bit more potent than the wine oak, which is kind of like the Vino Barrique, the sherry, which is like the sherry solist, the ex-bourbon oak, which is like the bourbon solist. Very drying in the mouth. And yet very fruity. Lemon, some navel oranges, a little bit of candy. Fruit flavored hard candies. Don't forget, when you're tasting high proof, high strength, cask strength whiskeys, take a very small amount in your mouth. That's important. The finish is long, it's dry, it's sweet. Again, a little bit chocolatey, which is nice. Still got the orange, still some ginger there also. Again, that ginger chocolate candy. Dark chocolate covered candied ginger, I should say. The wine is really potent here. Very present. You can really sense the wood here. All right, let's add some water now. We're gonna go with 1, 2, 3 of my little spoonfuls. 1, 2, 3. Ha 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 ha. I think we're going to throw in one more. Okay, seems like a lot, but 54%, and you're starting with 20 milliliters. We're still at about 44%, maybe 43%. And it's still very potent. I'm noticing a little bit more of this chocolate here. Now, recently I tried chocolate covered mango, dried mango. I'm getting some of that here. That's really nice, by the way. This also smells quite nicely aged. I'm noticing this more with water now. I'm not getting a lot of harsh tones or youthfulness. It's really seeming more like around a 10-ish year old, 10, 12-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey. Okay, onto the palate with water. Cheers, everyone. Isn't that delicate? I think I might like this more than the wine oak, which is like the Vino Barrique. It's very smooth. It's got a nice amount of tartness to it. Very sumptuous. And the finish is medium to long, not super short. Very flavorful. Hint of dryness there. Lots of fruit. Fruit is a main component here, as is this kind of tartness. I do like that quite a lot. So there's a hint of ginger throughout this event. Chocolate is also carried through from the nose to the finish. Chocolate covered fruit. Mainly fresh fruits, orange, tart orange, but fruity nonetheless. Oh, I really quite like that. Now, if you like the Highland style of Scotch whiskey that is herbal, kind of like Clynelish, or anyway, of that variety, I think that you would really like the Fino Solist. I think I'm going to finish that with you. Now, this could stand to be a little bit older. I think that probably an extra year or two would produce something extremely superior. But the problem with Taiwan is is that they're going to be losing a lot of liquid due to the angel's share, the evaporation of the liquid from the cask. Almost done. Let's finish that off and then we'll talk about the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score, okay? Not often I finish a dram on the channel here. So the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for KAVALAN Fino Sherry Oak, analogous to the Fino Solist, is going to be... Alright, so the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for KAVALAN Fino Sherry Oak is going to be 91 out of 100. Yes, that's the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for KAVALAN Fino Sherry Oak, 91 out of 100. I can't remember if that's about the same or better than I gave the wine oak and also the brandy oak, which I quite liked. I think this is my favorite so far. Quality wise, it's roughly about the same. It's just been put into a different cask. And of course, the cask can make a world of difference, which I think it did here. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to click that subscribe button right over here. Doop, doop, like that. Okay? Leave a comment. Doodle-doodle-doo. And tell me what you think of KAVALAN or any other recent whiskeys that you've tried, okay? Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching WhiskyWhistle. Be sure to subscribe and don't forget to give this video a like and leave a comment down below. Be sure to stay tuned next time to join me, the host of the show, Mark, as I explore more whiskeys with you. Take care now, and we'll see you next time.